And one of the major epiphanies I had is that we as women, we don't hear, we don't listen.
Instead of being so upset and so up in arms about what he said to her and how he talked to her, we should be equally as upset and distraught on what she said and also on what she wasn't saying. You can tell a lot by somebody by what they don't say. If you watched her mannerisms, you would have been able to tell a lot about her. Now, this has nothing to do with what he said. It is on her. And for me to be a woman who is about women empowerment and women supporting women, my job is not to console her and put out messages, Queen, you're beautiful, you should, don't listen to him, don't anybody tear you down. No, if I'm really gonna be about empowerment, it's also about accountability and being honest. It is our job as women to hold each other accountable. Yes, it's our job to support and uplift, but we have to be real with each other. We have to be honest.
So what I saw in this viral video was an issue with who was saying it as opposed to what was being said. So let's go ahead and go down the list. White woman tells black women what to do. It's, oh my God, Becky, you can't tell me anything, Becky. You're a white woman. Don't be telling black girls what to do. Okay? That's what you tell to the white women. Then if it's a black woman that try to tell you what to do, then you say, you're not loyal and you're a pick-me. Okay? And you are over here talking about black men this and black men that. You're a black woman. You're a pick-me. So black women can't tell you. Now, if it's a black man, then he can't say, because he's a man, and whatever he says is bringing you down and it's cruel and is this, that, and the third. So black men can't say it. On top of that, you feel like, well, I birthed you and I got to go half on the bills with you. When it comes to the black man, it's I birthed you and I got to go half on bills with you. So therefore, you don't get to say nothing. However, you still need to risk your life for me.
I think she heard him. She just wanted him to say something different.
Right.
Which is what most women do in general in life, period. When a man tells us something, we hear something totally different.
Right.
And she was looking to hear something different. And so at that point, he lost it.
Yeah.
And couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Kevin told her that, listen, you don't know these men, you're not associated with them, so you don't know what they want. And I think that's a really truthful and hard-hitting statement, particularly for a lot of you ladies out there who are watching content creators here online and you're just hearing about this hypergamy thing for the first time. You're just hearing about this like high-value man thing, high-earning man thing for the first time. And so, you're listening to this rhetoric, but you don't actually float in these circles. But what I will say is that unless you are around these men, a lot of what you ladies think is, and what's being fed to you is a bunch of fantasy. What are these high value, and again, I hate the word high value in this context because you guys actually mean high earning men. What are these high earning, well off, some quite wealthy men want, right? Well, for a lot of them, they do want, listen, these type of men have a plethora of women to choose from. They have women from around anywhere that they go. And women will willfully throw themselves at a man with money, okay? And if you've never seen it before, honey, let me tell you, I live in Los Angeles, California. Beverly Hills is my stomping ground, and I'm from New York City, so I've seen it all the time. These men have access to whomever they want. And if you want a man like that, you've got to be willing to compete. You've got to be willing to step up your game to get noticed. Now, that's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of black women because a lot of you feel like you don't need to compete. You don't need to compete with each other. You don't need to compete with yourself. And you certainly don't need to compete with other races of women. But guess what? all races of women are going after those men that you want, regardless to their race. The black men, the white men, the Asian men, the Middle Eastern men, and everything in between. Honey, if you decide that you don't want to compete, you will not be seen.
But in all honesty, the guy was correct. And he gave her sound advice. He didn't give her direction. Like, there are things that she could have definitely done. In my personal opinion, she could correct things, but it would take 5 to 10 years to reach the type of man that she seeks for marriage.
Interesting. So when you say that he was correct, what are a couple things you'd say he was correct about?
That if she doesn't change, she's going to die alone. Absolutely correct. That she's only eligible for an average guy. Absolutely correct. That she, in my personal opinion, he didn't mention this part, but she was disrespectful. She was selfish. She was focused on what she wants more than what she wants to give. She didn't have any feminine skills to offer. She didn't have any nurturing skills. She didn't even know what men actually seek, who are in the category that she seeks, or just average men. She doesn't know what they seek either.
All these comments like, I feel so sorry for her, this and that. No, you should feel sorry for her, but not because of what he said to her. You should feel sorry for her for so many reasons. The fact that a 35-year-old woman who is a mother had to call on him and called him and basically was saying, I want a 6-figure man. That is so concerning. I don't associate with any women that I could see sitting up at a table or at each other's house having a glass of wine saying, ooh, I need to find somebody who can help me get a 6-figure man. Where is your mind at to even say that? To even call somebody for that? Where are your friends? Where are the women in your life? And what is up with this whole 6-figure thing? I could go on a tangent about that, but that's a whole nother thing. The fact is that something is missing. Something is missing with her. And it's not a 6-figure man. There were so many things that she said. I date below me. I choose men that are beneath me. She also couldn't even describe and tell him what she brought to the table. Really, she stumbled over that. Like, what do you bring to the table? I can help him with his business and I plant and garden? No, as a woman, as a person, what do you bring to the table? You can't answer that, but you want a 6-figure man. Whatever that is.
You know who y'all want to tell you this? You know what I realized? You want a white man to tell you what to do. I've realized it. I've realized I see it now. It cannot be a black man. Black woman cannot be a white woman. Black women will only take advice and will only take that from white men. That's what you want. That's what you want. Let's go ahead and keep it real. What it is you want white men to tell you. As soon as a white man tell a black woman something, all of a sudden it's law, it's the truth. She won't believe it till the white man say something. It's sick that power that they have over us. Okay.
Well, I thought it was definitely brutal, but I think it opened up my eyes to something, because in the beginning I was like, well, she's not asking for a guy with 6 figures and she doesn't have 6 figures.
Right.
So I was looking at that. Then he started to break down the fact of a man who has 6 figures, his dating pool opens up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he can be 35, he could be 50 and date a woman that's 25. And so the girl was like, that doesn't happen. And he was like, that's a lie. I have 25-year-olds I have to beat off all the time.
Right.
So as a man, as he increased in monetary status or whatever, wealth, his pool opens up. More women flock to him.
Right.
So he can find a woman that's 25, 26, 27 that has no children, that, you know, wakes up looking like a 10. Like he can do all, he doesn't have to, if he don't want to deal with weave, if he don't want to deal with eyelashes, if he doesn't have to deal with that.